Good day, viewers. Walter here. Thought I'd do a bit of a vlog today. The other day I read some of the comments on recent videos, and I thought I'd do that again today for lack of something better to do. I've had some great responses on my near-death experiences, and have you ever seen a ghost, and believe in angels and such. So I thought I'd read some of the excellent comments that I got today. I might add that yesterday I discussed the hurricane coming this way. We here in my part of Georgia got off very easy. It seems to be going completely around us. We've had some rain today, over an inch, with no wind, and I think it's pretty well going to miss us completely. So we got fortunate, although some people, when I've seen on the news, are about to get flooded away. I knew there'd be some flooding in some parts of Georgia. Florida sure about got washed away. Anyway, I'm looking here in my comments, and you're welcome to read over my shoulder. Comments on various videos. Yesterday's vlog was Ghostly Experiences Follow-Up. And I think it's where I read a couple of comments from my viewers. So John Doe says, "You seen a ghost, my friend?" And speaking of my story, when we went to the outhouse, I answered back, I have always believed so. Thank you for the comment. Justin Turner, he lives not too far from me here. In relation to my political feelings on the Ghostly Near-Death Experiences follow-up video, Justin writes, "If you think we're hurting now with Joe Biden, just wait till Kamala Harris. If she gets to be president, we will be hurting. Everyone needs to go out and vote red. Vote for Donald Trump." Well, I'm not going to tell them who to vote for, but I sure hope they do pick the right party to vote for. I heard a lot of Democrats are left the Democratic Party and starting to vote Republican. Well, you don't have to be a Democrat or Republican to pick the candidate of your choice. You have a choice of voting for either one of them. I guess some people vote a straight Republican or Democrat ticket. Not me. I like the best possible candidate. I had a couple of long comments from some of my viewers. Kitty says, I can't wear a Trump hat. My head's too big. And if when he makes 4X shirts, I'm your man. Be like a wall advertising his, 'cause I'm 6'8", size 52 wide, I'm big. Well, Kitty, I'm pretty big too. I have a very large head. But I managed to adjust these hats that I buy enough to get it stuck on my dome. Anyway, I answered him back, we can just stamp Trump across your forehead. John Gallagher writes, I'm with you all the way, Walter. Biden and his fellow communists are killing this country, and we have to boot them out and then continue to clean house until we're back on track. All the crazy things reminded me of the stupid things I did when I was younger that I lived through. I never really considered them death experiences, just stupid things I learned to quit doing before the near-death experience. And answering him back, yes, most of us were young and dumb. Mature adults usually learn the hard way. When it comes to voting, the problem is most voters will be too lazy to go out and vote, And that's what the left is hoping for, that Americans will be too complacent and automatically assume that Trump has it in the bag. In the meantime, they're out there drumming up, picking up homeless people, finding votes everywhere they can, going out and picking up people's mail-in ballots and bringing them in and turning them in things that they can put the vote they want on there. So don't get complacent, in my opinion. Get out and vote. Hokey Bill, in relation to the old sayings and video, a snapping turtle won't let go until it thunders. Yep, I remember hearing that. You can catch a bird if you pour salt on its tail. I've made a video in regards to that one. You can't teach an old dog new tricks. You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. You led your ducks to sorry water. I know a joke about making a horse drink, but I don't think I'll tell that on Mixed Company. Thanks for adding to the list, Bill. I used to hear the turtle one a lot. Here's a long comment from January Man O'Brien. He's one of my regular viewers and supporters. When I was a child, there was an old farmhouse. This is a ghostly experience comment. When I was a child, there was an old farmhouse that was way back off the road. I was new in the area and went out looking for some other children to play with. I rode my bike down the drive and noticed there was an older man walking from the other end. I guess from the other end of his driveway he's talking about. I got to the other side and realized that I never passed the fellow up. On my way back out of there, I could see the old guy walking back towards the house. When I got out to the road again, I realized that I never passed him. I don't know what it was. I'm told nowadays there's only one ghost, and that's the Holy Ghost. As for near-death experiences, I've had my share. First off, I was born 2 months premature. I weighed 4 pounds 13 ounces. Then I had a stepdad who was abusive. When he got to drinking, he threw me through 2 rooms, and I crashed into a wall in the 3rd room. There was the time I was run over, and then later in life, when my wife and I were driving down I-75, I believe they were in Georgia heading south. We had just come out of Tennessee, and I told my wife, I don't feel so good, so I was saying that. I was heading into the rest area, and the sentence faded out. I passed out behind the wheel. My wife threw the van in the park, and it came to a screeching halt right behind the parked 18-wheeler. I could go on, but I have to work early tomorrow, and I could use some sleep. Well, first of all, Brian, don't work too hard, and I don't have any trouble getting caught up on my sleep now that I'm retired. I just sleep in late any time I want, which is about every day. Anyway, I answered back, thanks for sharing your experiences, Brian. Samuel Bacon, I believe I read this one yesterday. Yeah, I read Samuel's yesterday. Old Roscoe, I read his yesterday. I don't think I read John Gallagher's comment on ghostly experiences. I cannot say that I've ever had a ghostly experience other than have some creepy feelings a few times. As far as near-death experiences, yes, several times I've had near misses. I reckon everyone who has worked with big machines or near them have had a close call or two. As I got older and sort of learned how to push things to keep a close eye on nearby idiots. Yeah, I can relate to some of that, John. See, I forgot to click I like his comment, but we fix that right now. Moore, 1986, writes, I personally have experienced a few encounters of my grandma, mom's mom, right after she had passed away. It went on for several months. A couple of days after she passed, I was lying in bed, about to close my eyes, and a bright green orb slowly drifted in from the doorway and then went across the room before disappearing. A few months had gone by, and I went and got my girlfriend, at the time a puppy. We were both laying on the couch one night watching TV. She had blacked out curtains covering sliding glass door in our dining room. The dining room was lit, and I was watching the dog slowly walk into the living room towards me from the dining room, and she all of a sudden jumped, did a 180 with her hair on her back sticking up, ferociously barking and growling while looking straight towards the ceiling, and would not stop for a while. So my grandma on my dad's side was told about some of her experiences she had when her dad was always the one to say ghosts are not real, and he always gave her crap to hear every time she would start talking about her stories. A few months ago, my dad and grandma were out working in my dad's shed one night. My grandma looked out the window and sees an old woman walking across the yard and asked my dad who the lady was. He had no idea who she was, and my grandma said, well, I sure hope she's gone by the time I get back in there. Dad replied, well, I sure don't. Ha ha. It in fact was a ghost of an elderly lady that nobody had no idea who she may be, and he took a picture of his ghost and sent it to me. It definitely is a ghost. They live in Surf City, Topsail, North Carolina. My grandparents grew up and met each other in Plant City, Florida. They always married. They've been married since my grandma was 16. They are now 79 and 81. My grandpa got drafted, then he went to Vietnam in 64. They tried to draft me in 65 and ended up spending 27 years in the Army before retiring. I got a little off topic. Well, I appreciate you, your excellent comment. Anyway, I answered him back. Thanks for sharing your story with us. I may read it to my viewers. I appreciate your support. George T. I really enjoyed hearing about your near-death experiences, Walter. I have almost the same thing happened to me one night. I woke up, this is in relation to the angel that I believe I saw. I woke up in the middle of the night and saw an angel looking down on me. And then it just faded away. Even the cat I had at the time was sleeping with me, saw it also and was looking at it. I have had several near-death experiences. I do believe in angels that are protecting us. I even collect feathers that I think are the angels that are giving me messages. As far as ghosts, I'm not sure what to think about that, but I think maybe my mother and I heard one time. Mom used to rent an old 2-story farmhouse where her landlord lived as a child, and his dad even died in it. One day I was visiting with Mom in the living room. All of a sudden we heard footsteps walking up the stairs in the bedroom. We grabbed some protection and slowly went to the steps and searched the bedrooms. There was nobody there. Mom said she would hear the door upstairs open and close, and the bedroom where the landlord's father died several times. So I guess I believe in ghosts positively and in angels. That brings a story to mind that I was, shortly after my stepmother died, my father eventually sold the house and moved on to another area before he passed on. But he saw my stepmother sitting in a rocking chair less than a week after she passed away. And I couldn't dispute it. If he says he saw her, he saw her. Thanks for sharing your mom's story with us, Joyce. I may read it on my blog. Anyway, that's going to be kind of a long, drawn-out blog today, and I appreciate you listening to me read my stories. I do hope all the people down in Florida and South Georgia, there's already been 5 or 6 deaths related to the hurricane, but I hope everybody survives and does well after the hurricane's gone. Appreciate you listening today. This is Pwalpar saying we'll catch you on the next vlog down the road.